Hello, welcome back to the channel. In this video we're hopefully getting to the bottom of this Mini's cooling fan issue. It doesn't work, but it did work. So I've had the front end off, we've done extensive work on the cooling system, radiator, thermostat, new coolant, it's had a header tank. We've done a flush obviously before replacing all of that, put it back together, ran it up, and yeah, cooling fan didn't seem to be working. Obviously we had the scanner on it watching the temperatures, and they got up to about 116 degrees Celsius before the temp gauge started to obviously creep above half, so we switched it off, and that was that. The fan is out on the top of my toolbox inside, so we'll go and have a look now. So here's the fan. Oh shit. And obviously because I knew it worked beforehand, the first thing I did was try and power probe it at these points. I've tried all combinations of these points on this resistor. The fan still wouldn't power up. So then we moved on to obviously where the wires come into the actual fan motor. I mean, it looks a bit crusty in there, but I'm hopefully now going to show you that the fan does actually work, so we know the fan isn't the issue. I also tried activating the fan through the active tests on the diagnostic tool. Would not work on stage 1 or stage 2. I mean, at that point you could probably get in with a multimeter, power probe, however you'd measure voltage at the wire in to the fan to see if it was getting power there. I haven't done that. Obviously I like to start at the fan and work backwards if we know the fan's good. What is next, sort of in line basically. So we'll get this power probe hooked up and hopefully show you this fan does work. So I've just got this Duff battery here. It has got enough power in it to power up the power probe to 11.5 volts. So I've just got this earthed on the plug, because there's only 2 wires going into this. One's obviously earth, one's live, and I'm just gonna touch these terminals and see which one. So that's the earth. Is it? Yeah. There we go. So that fan works. So yeah, tracing the wire backwards, you may already notice the issue. Obviously these resistors are right at the front of the car, so as you're driving, all the weather, dirt, moisture is obviously getting chucked at these resistors, and what's happened is, yeah, the copper's just corroded, and yes, the wires are broken. Now I did take a punt that the resistor was the issue before even having a look, so I've got one ready. It's just a cheap £11-12 one off eBay. Going to get it wired on. Now I was worried I wouldn't know which way round these wires go, because they all sort of came off together and I didn't take note beforehand, but obviously that one goes to there. This other red one really only reaches to there, and then this long one comes around the back, I think, and hooks onto there. Also, if you look, there's more solder on that sort of terminal than there is this one. So I think this one definitely had 2 wires soldered onto it. So we'll get this resistor soldered in, get it back in the car, get the coolant topped up because I did lose a bit, and then run it up again. And fingers crossed, we have a result. Right, we're going to solder this resistor in now then. I've got this first wire twisted here. What I'm using is this Sealy Premier cordless rechargeable soldering iron. If you want to see a terrible review of it, then check out the link up here somewhere or up there. I've got my heat shrink on, so let's get this warmed up and soldered. I'm hoping this is the right red wire to the right red wire, but hey, we'll see, won't we? We will see. And just wait for this to heat up first. It starts melting some solder. Oh, there we go. Don't tell me the battery's dying. They could fucking start, wouldn't it? This is not bad. Wait before the volume on the side. I'm still not struggling on the edge. Not sure if it. But it's just struggling over some solid. Ooh, that's hot. Right, I'm going to get these other two soldered without you, because I can't be dealing with the embarrassment. Right then, we've got these three wires soldered now, and this one, yeah, soldered the best, the one that I showed you. These two was a shocking attempt, but the wiring is corroded from end to end. Obviously I couldn't cut that any further back because I wouldn't have enough length to resolder it. So yeah, it's done the job. I've had a tug on the cables, they're not separating, but yeah, it's not very pretty under that heat shrink. And if you look closely, you can see obviously there's a difference in thickness between this red wire and this red and blue, which obviously these two are going to carry more current, so I need to be a bit thicker. Anyway, let's get it fitted back to the car, see whether we have fixed it, basically, see whether it turns on when it's meant to turn on and keeps the car cool. Right then, I've just got the scanner out. I'm going to actuate this fan, I'll try to, through these actuator tests. I'm just in the engine management system now. If we go electric fan stage 1, ignition is on. You'll have to ignore the engine noise, the battery's flat, so I've just got it jumped off the Ibiza behind me. Now if I click start, Look at that. Woohoo! I wasn't doing that before. Let's go back. Try stage 2. Ignition on. Yeah, start. Woo! Fucking nice. We'll get this fired back together, and that is that. So there we are, that is this cooling fan, well, repaired. It's working again. The resistor was the issue, so that'd be the first thing I would check on your Mini. Hopefully it's been of some use, this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers, bye.